What is going on, guys? I'm the FT Guru, bringing to you guys another live DFS show here. I'm loving tonight's slate. We got 9 games tonight, and there's no weather issues again. It's been an awesome past week here based on the weather. We have basically had no rain issues for as long as I can remember. Really, the whole month of July we've been fantastic. So let's keep that going. It's definitely great to not have anything to worry about on the weather side of things. There's some really good pitching to pick from tonight, along with some really good stackable games, and we'll run right through each game. As usual, I'll make this 20 minutes right around there, and hopefully you guys drop the like. And if you have any questions, just pop right into that chat. I will look into that chat every now and again throughout the show. And if you have any questions on any players of who to pick, I will certainly help you and throw a name at you. So for the pitching tonight, we got Garrett Cole in a pretty good spot against the Athletics. He's at home. 11,100 salary. Pretty good price for him. He's actually been not the best as of late. He's still seeing around 30 fantasy points, but he's not posting those huge games that he was at the beginning of the year. As you scroll down here, you see a lot of 50s, a lot of 60s, even that 85, an absolute crazy performance, 9 innings, 16 Ks. So obviously the upside's there. He is arguably one of the top pitchers in the league right now. 11,100 against a pretty tough Athletics offense. Not a bad play here at all. You could look at him for cash and GPP contests. But I think if I were to choose for a cash pitcher, it'd probably be Clayton Kershaw, just because of his matchup. He's $600 cheaper than Cole. He's in the best pitcher's ballpark in the MLB tonight. The Padres are not that great of a hitting team. He's a huge favorite against Luis Perdomo. So I'm looking to spend up here on Kershaw. He's had a few starts since his DL stint. I know they haven't been that great, but this is the start for him to look like old Clayton Kershaw here. His pitch count should be fairly high. He should be able to go over 100 pitches. There's no pitch limit on him. I expect him to go at least 6 innings here, get that quality start, and really bring up that strikeout total. 2 strikeouts against the Pirates last game. That's not really like him. You can't expect him to do that again. I think he's going to see over 6 strikeouts tonight. He should get 35, over 40 fantasy points with the win. Very, very big favorite tonight. I like Clayton Kershaw a whole lot in San Diego. Barrios makes for a pretty good GPP play for the sole fact that he can really go off, get the double-digit strikeouts, and he's against Kansas City, who just got absolutely dominated by the Red Sox, so they're not really in a good state of mind right now. Barrios is at home. He's a big favorite. He's got really good upside, makes for a great GPP play tonight, along with Clevenger, also a good GPP play. Archer is in a good spot. Alright, I should say he would be in a good spot, but he does have a pitch limit tonight coming back from the DL. I've read a lot of things on him having a pitch count, so there's no need to put yourself in a place where your guy could be pitching well and he gets taken out of the game just because he's on a pitch limit. So for that fact, I am solely out on Chris Archer tonight. Could even look at Eduardo Rodriguez for some GPP tonight. He's been really great as of late. He is a part of a high total. There's some good Rangers right-handed bats in that lineup, but he can be shaky at times, as you can see those 2 games in there, 9 and 6. But if you look around that, he has some good upside. He had 46 fantasy points against the Nationals last time. He's a heavy favorite tonight, 8,000, very cheap. A good GPP play. And then the last pitcher I'm going to throw at you guys is Chase Anderson, probably the best GPP play in my opinion tonight, 7,500. He's been fantastic as of late. 4 out of his last 5 games, he's had over 30 fantasy points. And He's really been racking up the strikeouts here. Nothing under 5 in his last 5 starts, so I do like him solely because he has that cheap price of 7,500, and he's in Miami, a nice pitcher's park. And he is the favorite. Marlins are not a great hitting team. If Anderson's going to show up, it should be tonight at a great $7,500 salary. Jumping straight into the bats here. The first game, Nationals against the Pirates. This game is so stackable on so many different levels tonight. It's a huge total, and everyone is so fairly priced. This is probably my favorite game to stack tonight. The Pirates side of things, you got Jeffrey Rodriguez pitching against them, the righty. Nothing special. You got Corey Dickerson leading off tonight at 2,500. If he's not in most of your lineups tonight, you really don't know what you're doing in DFS. He's an absolute must-play. Especially leading off. He's going to be the table setter. The Pirates should score a bunch of runs tonight. I love Dickerson. I love Gregory Polanco, 2,900. And I love Starling Marte at 3,200. You could really stack these first 4 bats in the Pirates. You could actually have all 4 of them on your cash lineup. Colin Moran is that last piece in that stack here. 2,400. So cheap for a hitter who's been pretty good all year. 258 average, 8 homers, 35 RBIs, lefty-righty matchup. All 4 of these Pirates are in fantastic play tonight. I absolutely love the Pirates. I can't stress to you how much you guys should have exposure to them because they are just in such a good spot against Jeffrey Rodriguez. As far as the Nationals go, not as great of a spot as the Pirates, just because Ivan Nova is at home and he can be pretty good at times. You can maybe look at Daniel Murphy, only 2,900, batting 6th. As far as all the other Nationals go, they're pretty fairly priced. It's really the Pirates side of things that stand out a ton in this game. Trey Turner's a lot. Harper's a lot. He's been cold. Eaton's batting 7th. Not worth it. Yeah, so I said this was a game stack. I'm going to try to take that away. It's mainly a Pirate stack here. Absolutely some awesome chalk play here with Dickerson, Marte, Polanco, Moran. Get your exposure to these Pirates guys and move on here. Some great cheap players in that game. Cincinnati at Cleveland. You got Clevenger against DeSclafani. Clevenger can be really, really good at times. I'm not looking to spend up on any Cincinnati bats. But the Cleveland bats are in a pretty good spot tonight against DeSclafani. They're just pretty expensive here. It's tough to get some value. Yonder Alonso's a great GPP play tonight, 2,700. The lefty-righty matchup against DeSclafani. I like him a lot. He's got good power upside, so definitely look towards Yonder Alonso. Kipnis, an alright play at 3,000. He hasn't been great all year, though. I don't love him. Jose Ramirez is way too much. Lindor, there's just better guys to spend up on tonight. Brantley's 4,200. There's really no one else in this game. I'd say Yonder Alonso is the guy to get your value. Everyone else, I'm all set. Milwaukee at Miami. You got Chase Anderson against Urena. Like I said, Anderson's in a great spot tonight. I wouldn't pick any Marlins. He's got a great GPP matchup if you want to put Anderson in as your pitcher. I know for you DraftKings guys, you need 2 pitchers. Anderson makes for an awesome cheap second pitcher because I know how hard it is to pick 2 stud pitchers and then have any money for a lineup. You really got to find a cheap second pitcher to have any salary. Chase Anderson makes for an awesome second pitcher play. I don't know how much he is on DraftKings. I don't have that up. But just in general, he's got a good upside tonight. And even Jose Urena has been pretty good as of late. I had him on the slate last time he pitched, and he pitched very well. 5 innings, 6 strikeouts. So he can be good at times. He obviously can give it up, but just not consistently bad enough for me to target any Brewers. I'm going to call this game a wash on the bats side of things. Detroit at Tampa Bay. The Rays are a huge favorite tonight. I would say Archer's a good play, like I said, but he does have a pitch limit, so I'm off of him. You could look at some Tampa Bay bats against Liriano, because Liriano hasn't been good at all this year. With Liriano being a lefty, you want to really target righties. Duffy's in a pretty good spot, batting second, 3,200. Daniel Robertson, not a bad spot, batting third, 2,900. Even Wilson Ramos, 3,100. He's had some pretty good games this year. He's shown the upside of him, going double dong along with CJ Cron. Ramos and Cron could do pretty well in this game. They got some really good power upside. They're definitely GPP plays. I don't hate a raised stack here. I probably won't be picking any of these guys in my cash lineup though, however, just because the value and the consistency doesn't really catch my eye here. But yeah, that's really this game in a nutshell. Obviously no Tigers against Archer. Don't love that. And then those righty Ray bats against Liriano. Texas at Boston. Rodriguez in a pretty decent spot as a GPP play. He's been pretty good, so I'm not really looking at any Rangers bats. But as far as the Red Sox bats go, this is an absolute bomb of a game. The Red Sox have just been scoring at will as of late. They scored 1 million runs in that Royals series. A home game against Mike Minor on a nice warm night. Oh boy, you gotta really just pick your poison here. You obviously don't have enough salary to spend up on all of these guys, but they're all in fantastic spots. The best value play in this game is Steve Pearce, the lefty-righty matchup, batting cleanup right in the heart of that order. He's been great for the Red Sox since they claimed him a couple weeks ago. Only 3,000. This guy is a great value to pick from here. You got to just throw him in your cash lineups. He's just going to be in the middle, in the thick of things in this game. And then you can't have Betts and Martinez with a good pitcher. It's just physically impossible. If you're doing a GPP lineup and you want to do like a Chase Anderson or an Eduardo Rodriguez as your pitcher, you can certainly get both of these guys. I would certainly advise it. As far as cash games go, if you're doing like a Kershaw or a Garrett Cole and you can only spend up on one stud, it's really a flip of a coin, guys. You've been watching the MLB this year. Mookie Betts and JD Martinez are in the MVP run with Mike Trout. You could go with either guy here. I put Betts as my little cover image for my YouTube thing here today. I'm probably going to pick Betts in my cash lineups. If I were to pick a stud here, I don't even know if I'm going to have enough money to pick either of these guys. I'm going to do everything I can to have enough money to get Betts in my lineup. But he's probably my guy tonight over JD. Just because, I can't even justify it. These two guys are too good. But Mookie Betts will be my guy if I can spend up there. But yeah, like I said, Steve Pearce is the value play here. 3K, get him in your lineups. And let's move right on to the next game. Kansas City at Minnesota. You got Barrios in a good GPP spot here. No Royals bats for me. Danny Duffy, the lefty, he's been pretty bad this year. You could look at some Twins right-handed bats, but they're pretty expensive. Dozier, 3,800. I can't really pick him, even though it is a good spot for him for GPP. Like I said, no Royals bats for me. Escobar not in a bad spot. He's going to have that lefty-righty matchup because he's a switch hitter. Only 3,300. He homered for me yesterday. Oh, quick side note, guys. My cash lineups are going for a 10th day in a row with a win here. You guys got to get on it. The main slate picks have been absolutely fire tonight. I'm going to obviously have another awesome cash lineup tonight to cash you in your double ups and 50-50s. So definitely visit my site and get on that for tonight. Get your guru credits. Let's see here. There was one other guy I like. Robbie Grossman, 2,900 batting fifth. Not a terrible play either here. I'm probably going to be picking no one from this game in my cash lineup either. So let's move right on here. Oakland at Houston. Garrett Cole completely washes out Oakland bats. And Frankie Montas pitching for the A's. He's had a weird year this year. He's had some games where he's been absolutely dominant, and then he's had some weird games. 2 games in there at Detroit, he had 6 earned runs, -6. He got absolutely shelled, and he also got shelled against Houston last time, so that's a good side note here. Astros tagged him very well. 11 hits they had off of him, so they saw him very well. He has the Astros again tonight, but he can be very good at times. But they're going to really be testing him tonight in Houston. It's a really tough matchup. I looked at this earlier. There's not really many Astros guys that catch my eye based on value. They're all really expensive. Like I said, if I'm spending up here on guys, it's going to be Red Sox bats. You're going to get all your value plays with the Pirates, though, like I mentioned earlier in this show. Bregman, Altuve, 4,800. Marwin Gonzalez, a pretty good play. Batting sixth, 2,700. Not a bad play here. 6 is a good spot to bat. 2,700 is definitely a good price. I'm probably looking elsewhere, but that's not a bad play. Josh Reddick batting cleanup. Now that's your cash game play in this lineup, fellas. 3,100, pretty fair price. You got the lefty-righty matchup. I don't hate Josh Reddick at all. The only negative side to this is I think he's been pretty cold as of late. And I quickly take that back. He's been pretty good the last week or so. He's had some great games, 2 for 4, 3 for 4, 2 for 4. Some really high fantasy point games there. I like Josh Reddick a lot tonight, guys. I would advise you to pick him in cash lineups. A good play here. As far as any other Astro go, Marwin Gonzalez, not a bad pairing there at 2,700. But that's about it. Angels at Padres. I love Kershaw tonight. Probably my cash game pitcher. San Diego's just an absolute poop fest on all sides of things. Bats, pitchers, they're just not good. There goes my voice. San Diego's a great pitcher's ballpark. Petco, you got to have Kershaw. I don't really see them maybe scoring a 1 run, maybe 2 off him, but he should get his strikeouts tonight. Perdomo's not been good all year. I don't think we're into the late games here now based on the show, and I don't think these last 2 games, their lineups have been out yet. Let's see. Nope. So I can only guess here on these late night games. Let's see. Dodgers, 3,300, not a bad price for Kemp here. Peterson should find himself hitting in the top of the lineup here. Lefty-righty matchup. 3,300, also not a bad play for him for GPP. Chris Taylor, 2,900, if he's batting in a juicy spot in the lineup. I don't hate him either. Turner, too much. Max Muncy, too much. I know he's been great, but this game doesn't really catch my eye either. As far as the Cubs and Giants game, let's see what Vegas has them here. It's an 8 total. You got Suarez and Hendricks. Both pitchers can be pretty good. This is another game that's basically a wash. I'm not picking Suarez or Hendricks as my pitcher, but they can be good. So it's not really worth any of the bats. I don't know the lineups yet. These last 2 games are definitely not great. I can't really even mention anything to you guys. So as far as cash games go, Pittsburgh, stack that team, please. They're in an awesome spot. Colin Moran, Starlin Marte, Gregory Polanco, Corey Dickerson. These guys are phenomenal spots. Try to get some Red Sox bats in there, Steve Pearce, and then just kind of claw away around the slate from there on out. Those are the chalk plays. I'm going to look into the chat real quick, see if you guys have said anything. Love Anderson, yeah, I do too. Kershaw costs too much coming off the DL. Yeah, but he's been off the DL for a little bit. He's had a few games under his belt. I think he's gonna get back into the 100 pitches. And this is the night to do it, to get his confidence back at San Diego. He's cheaper than Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole hasn't been the best as of late, so you could pick Kershaw. I think I'm going to be looking towards him. Let's see, maybe a Tampa stack against Lariano. Yeah, like I said, guys, that's not a bad GPP play. Lariano can absolutely blow up. His walk numbers are through the roof. He's never been a guy with high command. So you could definitely stack some Rays righties, Wilson Ramos, Matt Duffy, CJ Cron. Those guys are in really good low-key spots tonight. They should have low ownership. I don't hate a Rays stack at all. Let's see, Harper, Adams. Maybe for GPP, Harper just hasn't been great. He hasn't been consistent enough for me. Obviously, he has that power upside. So if you want to spend up on Harper, I don't hate it. I wouldn't put him in cash games. Matt Adams, I think he's pretty cheap as well. I think he's 3,600. That's a lot for me. I'm not going to tell you not to pick him, but I'm also not going to advise you to pick him. Let's see. Wieters. What do you say? Wieters crushes. Is Wieters playing tonight? Oh, he is. If you want to do a little punt play with Wieters, I don't hate that. If the Nationals really blow up scoring-wise, he's obviously going to be up with some guys on. So if you want to do a Nationals stack, you could fit him in as a punt play. Don't hate that. If you could go, yeah. If you could get Cole, JD, Mookie, and Ramirez, yeah. I mean, in an ideal world, City Star, Young Rock, yeah. I mean, I wish I could do that. But if you're gonna do Cole, you can realistically only pick Betts, JD, or Jose Ramirez there. So you got to just pick one guy. Um, Always ripping my Tigers. Yeah, sorry, Trevor. I mean, they're not great, especially when you got Francisco Liriano on the bump. You got to kind of target the other team. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm going to do that 125 Guru Credits giveaway on this show. If you don't end up messaging me, the winner, I'll still reach out to you. But I just wanted to add some interest for you guys. The winner of this giveaway, let me get to my tweets here. I don't know what's going on here. Give me a second. Can I go to my notifications, please? I can't wait to stack the Pirates and beat anyone who doesn't pick them tonight because you're an absolute moron if you don't stack the Pirates. Okay, let's see. Giveaway. Retweets. Where was the guy I picked earlier? That's who it is. Paul Riley. If you're watching, which chances are you aren't because this stream doesn't get too many views yet, but we're gonna slowly but surely bring those numbers up. Paul Riley, I will DM you if you don't see this later on, but you are the 125 Guru Credit winner. Just tell me your username and I'll add those credits for you. For the other 86 of you guys who retweeted this, I really appreciate it. I'll be doing plenty of other giveaways. But yeah, guys, let's get going tonight with the main slate, GPP and cash. Let's get those going. I'm going to be able to put something really good together, so make sure you spend your Guru credits on those lineups later. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I am signing off, fellas. See ya.